In the next video series, we're going to look at how exterior light will affect the interior of the room. And to do that, we need to locate a window in the side wall of the building, somewhere in this area here, just to the left of the chimney. Now, before I do that, just make a note that I've added a couple of materials here, one of which you'll find in the House Renovations PDF file. The first one is window glass. We're going to use that for the actual window panes in the window. So you need to install that one in the materials. And one for window frame. Now, you don't have that definition, so I'll leave that to you to develop. It's just a simple white frame with very little reflection or specular values. So I can get rid of that for the moment and give it a little more space. And we'll zoom into here. So my window needs to go in here. And again, the details for the window are in the House Renovations file. And it's a 4-foot square window, 1200 millimeters. And as I said, just a little bit to the left of the chimney, and with the base of the window approximately 3 foot above the floor level. So let's start that process right now. So I'm going to place a block, and I'm going to start it here. So I need to put my compass there. Let's make sure we get the right orientation. Going to go up 3 feet, so that's 3. Put the compass there, come across. Somewhere across here, don't know how far yet. I'll adjust the position of the window later. So here's my start point. Here comes my 4-foot block. So I need 4-foot dimensions, so it's 4, down arrow 4, and data point. There's my block. Now let's use the left view here to relocate this window a little bit. So I'm going to move this just a little bit this way. That's close enough. Now, with that in place, let's go back to the isometric view and let's punch a hole in the wall. Going to use the Cut Solid by Curves tool. I'm going to cut in both directions, even though I don't particularly need to. I could specify one direction or the other, but I do need to define the depth, otherwise I'll go right through the walls again. I don't want to do that. So we have defined depth on and a cut depth. I'm going to make that 2 feet. It doesn't matter which way I go, and I'm not going to impinge on anything else. Don't want to keep the profile. So follow the prompts, select the first solid, which will be the walls, then select the profile, we see the directions, data point, and we have the hole. So far, so good. Now we need the window. Now I'm going to go back to my left side view again. So this will let me draw the window in the same orientation as the window opening. Now, this window frame has to be a solid, but it needs to be exactly like a real window frame and have openings for the glass. Now, there are obviously several ways you can do this, but what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to start my place block again, and this time let's make sure I'm in the right level, and you're asked to make a window frame level in that PDF file. And the color was supposed to be green, so let's turn it into a green color. Now I'm going to draw the block, which will be 4-foot square again. 4, down arrow 4, data point. Now I'm going to make my window opening blocks here, and you'll see the process I'm going to use. So the block tool is still running. Now if you do the math, the window opening block for each of the 4 panes will be 1 foot, 8 1/4 inches square. I'll let you do the math for metric. My window frame is 2.5 inches in all directions, so we can locate it quite nicely. So snap to that point, let's put the compass there. I'm going to start my corner here, 2.5 inches in both directions. So, colon 2.5, down arrow, colon 2.5. There's my start point. My block is going to be 1 foot, 8 1/4. So that's 1 colon 8.25, down arrow, 1 colon 8.25. There we go. There's my block. Now I need 4 of these. So let's go mirror, and don't care which way it's going to go, but I do need a 2.5 inches separation. So let's go to that point there, put the compass there, drag down half the distance, in other words 1 1/4 inches, so colon 1.25. But before we do that, let's make a copy. Everything's ready, data point. And there's my 2 blocks. I need 2 more of these. So again, let's mirror. Change this now to vertical. Do exactly the same thing. Put the compass there. drag in this direction by colon 1.25 data point, and there's my 4 blocks in place. Now let's scoot back to the isometric view. Now what I do now then is for the outside block to become a slab 2.5 inches thick, and then I can punch these 4 holes out of that slab. I'm going to start the solid by extrusion tool. I'm going to do a distance, and it's set at 2.5 inches already. So go in that direction by 2.5 inches, and there's my solid slab. Now if I do a smooth on this, you'll see that it's a solid slab. Now I have to do the same thing and cut solid by curves. I have to do this 4 times. So I'm going to leave the same settings I use for the window opening, since this is in space and doesn't really matter much. So I'm going to select the outside slab first, then the interior, data point and accept. Do the same thing again with this one and this one. And this one. Select the outside, data point. Now let's do a smooth. And now we see we have a window frame with openings, exactly what I need. Now I'm going to add the window panes themselves. So let's change levels and go to window glass. And leave the color white as per the instructions. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit and draw a block. Block's going to go from the center of that to the center of that. So there's my window. So let's copy this window glass block to the other 4 holes. So let's select that. Let's make a copy. Let's pick something convenient. Pick that to there, and to there. Okay, let's make this a group just for convenience. And let's move it. And let's pick something interesting. So there. And I'm going to put it in the hole right there. There we go. So there's the window nicely ensconced in the wall. All you have to do now is to apply materials to the frame and to the glass. And you can do that, of course, by level and by color. So I'll let you do that and then move on to the next video.